Well, hello everyone. Hope everybody's doing well. Anyway, one of our viewers, Dennis, sent me an email, and then sent me an email that he had shipped an item. And what this is the rear panel for the helicopter's S38, the old model, the first one. I reckon you can call it the A. It's not the same as the B, C, or D. But this thing appears to have been CNC routed, and I mean the edges are crisp, straight. They look real good, and he's even etched in the helicopter's company on the back of it, and it looks real good. So Dennis, I thank you very much for sending these in. Now Dennis does make these, and he sells them on eBay. I'll leave a link down below if you're interested in one. Someone that does this good of work, you know, should be recognized. But yes, I guess the old style board like you used to find on the back of TVs and stuff. I'm not sure what this stuff is called. I can't remember right off the minute. But he did an excellent job. And like I say, he sells these on eBay for about 16 bucks plus shipping. You know, I always suggest to try to make your own stuff. In fact, I was going to show you how to make one. But, you know, with hand tools, I cannot make one that looks this good. This is really, really nice looking. And it looks good on both sides. So just a little plug there for Dennis. I'll leave the link down below on eBay. So if anyone's interested in one of these, follow the link, click the show more tab. It'll be up at the top, and you'll be able to find this back cover. And I done fitted it on there, and it fits nicely. It looks real good. And here it is installed on the back of the radio. I do not have the screws in it yet because I'm still doing some work for this radio and trying to outsource a replacement capacitor for the band tuning. But yeah, fits real good. Everything fits in it nicely. See, there's a slot there for the power cord, so it slides over that real good. No problems at all. Looks great. Thank you very much, Dennis, for that. That'll help complete the cosmetics of this radio, that's for sure. I'm still working on the design of this bottom label. I've been working on it and printed it out on just regular printer paper. And what I'm going to do, I got to get the sizing right. As you can see, this is a bit small. It's got to be a little bit bigger, so I'm playing with my editing program for pictures, and as soon as I get it right, I'll print this off on some construction paper, and it's going to be white construction paper. And then when I get into cosmetic tips, I'll show you how to age that to make it look more like the you can see the old paper is still on here, and we want to get it back that color. So we'll be working on some tips on how to do that, and restain the paper so it'll, you know, it'll like it. We don't want it to look like it was just printed and put on there. We want it to look like it's been on there for a long time. So we'll get into showing that in the future. I'm not going to get in it today. Now, when I got this radio, you know, a lot of these capacitors had already been changed out. Some of them were these big 1600 watt silver dip caps, and some of them were these orange drops. And one of our viewers, Bob, had pointed out in the comments that these caps over here, these 1600 volt rated caps, could be Durapaper. And you know what, I didn't even look at that. I looked at the caps and I said, okay, they've been replaced. But believe it or not, there's 3 of them in here. This one, and there's one on this side. Those are actually paper caps. And we're going to get those out and replace them back with some polystyrene caps. There's one thing, it's overkill for 1600 volt. Doesn't need that in the circuit, so we're going to be replacing those back with polystyrene caps. And I thank you, Bob, for pointing that out. You know, I looked at them and it didn't even dawn on me, but you are completely right. They are paper caps. New, but still paper. Guys, I went and got them other caps out. In fact, there was only two of them. One of them was a Sprague, and it is a dip capacitor, but these two are paper caps, so they had to come out. Plus 1600 volts is a bit overkill, but yeah, we got some polyester caps installed now, so won't be no problems there. Got the new back plate mounted that Dennis sent us. Again, I'll leave a link down below if y'all are interested in getting one of these, and it looks real good on the radio. And you know, the thing is, right now I'm looking at the channel, the growth of the channel, how the channel's doing, and the amount of videos that's being able to be produced. I'm really going to start gearing up and start getting some more stuff out, and something I haven't been doing is pushing my Patreon. I'm not going to put a bunch of things up across the screen telling you to join Patreon, but I am going to start pushing that, and I'm going to start putting more videos on Patreon. Now, I told you I was going to start the pine board project in the chassis. Well, that will still be on YouTube. I might get into some more high technical stuff on it on Patreon, but I will be putting more Patreon only videos up there. So if anyone wants to see that, you know, feel free to jump over on Patreon, and less than what a soft drink costs you a month, you can join on and help support on Patreon. So what I want to do here on the oscillator circuit, remember this capacitor did not have enough range in it to set the frequency correctly, so I cobbled in a 464 capacitor over here on the side and just used it on ground and then directly to the terminal where this would normally be connected to, and was able to get it to tune up. But I really like to find out what these capacitors are. Now, looking on the side of it over here on this one, it has a number of 44B159, and I don't know if all these capacitors are completely the same. I can look in the book and find out. So looking here in the book, I can see C12, 13, 14, and 15. That's C13 that is bad. Or trimmer unit for oscillator transformer T3, and they are 44B159s. So they are the same, but I want to find out what's wrong with this capacitor. Maybe we can take it out and see if we can do anything to it. To get it out, I'll need to unsolder these other three leads, and then this thing is sitting on a band that is soldered to each end of the coil, so maybe I can get enough heat just to lift that up. I'm going to do that off cam because it's going to be a little bit delicate. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. I got the trimmer caps out. You can see they all mounted to this strip of metal, and each one is soldered to it. This one's C13, the one that's giving us the problem. And I believe if I just take it, pry those tabs up, and we should be able to heat this solder pad. And there we have it all. It's strange, but this capacitor is not marked like the rest of them were. So there's no identification on that capacitor at all. In fact, the other one is not marked, so I guess the rest of them are not going to be marked. They only have, and that's probably the Hallicrafter's part number. You know, there's not a lot that can fail in a trimmer cap like this. Go ahead and take the screw completely off. Really the only thing that can fail is this little mica sheet, and yep, it's cracked up and falling out. Alrighty. I went ahead and grind the bottom of the rivet off on this side. Was able to open the capacitor up, pull the little tiny rivet out, got the old sheet of mica out. As you can see right here, and it's in pretty bad shape. It almost looks like it's arced through, but it is all cracked up. And here we have a brand new piece of mica. I know it's hard to see that. Hopefully we can lay it right back in there. Take our end cap and put it back on. And put the rivet back in it, and we should be able to tune this cap like it's supposed to be. Okay, so I got the capacitor all back together. All I did was put the original rivet back in, turned it over, clamped it, and soldered the back side, and that will hold it in place. So now all I got to do is just reinstall all this, get it back in the radio, and that'll be another part that's fixed like it should be. When you decide to do this here, you know, you just don't pull out a piece of mica and stick it in there. You'll need to mic the thickness of this, and the replacement needs to be pretty much spot on. You know, you want to put the same thing back in it. I happen to have several sheets of mica like this, so that worked out pretty good. But we'll get on further than that in the next video. Well guys, that seems to be it for right now. Like I said, you know, I'd like to hear your comments down below. Click like if you enjoyed the videos. That always really helps. You know, there's not a lot of money to be made on YouTube, especially at this level of what this channel is at. But, you know, I think there's a lot of potential in this channel. We just have to see how it goes. Anyway, don't forget to find out other information. Click the Show More tab down below the video. Got a lot of stuff in here that we're working on right now, and so many emails of people wanting me to work on equipment, and there's just no way I can get to all of it right now. It's just you know, it's just not enough time in the day, especially working a full-time job. But hopefully here in the future things are going to be changing up a bit. Anyway, enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next video. Bye now.